Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Upper Peninsula Beautiful. We're at Whitefish Point. It's November the 26th. It's snowing. Gonna go make a video today. Gonna go out to the water and see if we can find any agates. I don't know what kind of waves there's gonna be. I don't know what kind of rocks we're gonna have because the beach will be covered in snow, but it'll be interesting. Thank you so much for coming along. We'll let you know what we find. I can't believe the size of these waves. It was a southwest wind yesterday and south today, and these breakers are huge. It's definitely not summer anymore. Look at how cool that is. I think winter is upon us. I'm not sure what we're going to find as far as agates today. There won't be any rocks on the beach. It'll just be what I can get to by the water. Super excited to be out here today. I'm fighting a cold. I got a cold over Thanksgiving. My voice is not quite what it should be, but I haven't been out here now in probably a week and a half, so I'm super excited to be out here. Let's see what we can find today. This is our first patch of stones. I suspect I'll be the only one out here today. There was nobody else in the parking lot. There's a piece of shirt. Good thing I got my hip waders on today. I'm going to get a little further down the beach where there's more stones. Then I'll bring you guys back out. Turn the camera back on. So I'm kind of baffled here. I do my best to watch the weather patterns. I monitor the winds so that when I come out to the beach I have a good conditions. Well, we had several days of northwest winds a couple days ago. They ended yesterday. Yesterday the winds came out of the southwest, which should have quieted down the waves, and now today it's out of the complete south. So these huge waves should have been erased. I'm not seeing a lot of stones up on the beach right here. It reminds me of a trip I made several months ago when I ended up going to Vermilion in a windstorm and didn't find a lot of agates. I see a few stones up ahead. I'll go check them out. If I don't see anything up there or any more stones, I might go to the opposite side of the point and see if there's less waves. But it sure is pretty this morning. For those of you that never been to Lake Superior in November time, this is a lot of times what you see, if not icebergs formed already. Thank you for coming along. Let's get to a new spot when I can find some more rocks. It's really pretty out here this morning. But as you can see, there's not a lot of rocks. I think I'll go a little farther just to check out that cabin that's getting closer to falling down into the water. I see if there's any rocks up there. But there's no rocks right here right now. And I know the other side of the point will have some. So hopefully we find a patch of good stones today. These cabins are so close to the water now. I'm gonna go check out that one further down, but if I owned these cabins, I'd be mighty worried that this winter could produce a storm big enough to take these things down. Mother Nature is awesome. This is quite a day. I just love when the waves crash onto these pieces of the driftwood up here and they make these icicles. This is so pretty. Oh, and slippery. Holy moly. Isn't that cool? There's that cabin. That's pretty close. It doesn't look like too much more of the bank has come down, but maybe. I'm going to head back the other direction. Thanks for joining us this morning. Well, I made it back pretty close to the lighthouse. It's so quiet out here, other than the waves. There's quietness amidst the waves. There's not a whisper of wind. There's not hardly a pebble on the beach. I just saw the lighthouse flash and now it's not there. It is. That light doesn't look very bright. As you can see, not much stones, but I'm going to head to the other side of the point. I think the waves will be died down over there, and I think there'll be a lot more rocks. So I'm hopeful that we'll find something today. I'm having a cold. I'm feeling pretty winded. I'm having a hard time catching my breath, but so excited to be out here. It's been quite a while. Oh, look at this Omarla just standing straight up. That's cool. There's a few pretty stones here. I found a couple unikites, a couple porphyries. But being so cold, I've got my gloves on and I haven't dug them out of the sand. But I will certainly dig out an agate if we find it. So I'm going to pause it till we get to the other side. Quite a few rocks right here, but these waves make it pretty hard to see. We don't get a lot of time in between waves, but they are nice stones. I suspect getting around that point and these waves are going to all but disappear. That is my projection. That is my hope. I don't think I'm going to have to contend with many other agate hunters today, that's for sure. Alright, I'm going to pause it till we get to the windless and the waveless area. So we are almost to the actual point of Whitefish Point. Off there in the distance you can see the lighthouse. It's pretty snowy out here today, that's for sure. I'm hoping that once I get on the other side of this point, which is as the crow flies, you're looking west, it's maybe a 1/16 of a mile, and it should be calm. But I'm going to go by way of the point, rounding the point. There should be rocks over there, so I'm getting pretty excited. Last night I asked my wife again if I could borrow her car one more time. I'm in the process of getting a new vehicle. It's been taking some time, but I have a pretty good prospect lined up. But anyway, I asked my wife if I could borrow it. I just put on snow tires for her and did some repairs that it needed, so it's good and safe for her and the kids this winter. And so she said I could come to the beach. So I had my prayer time last night. Had my prayer time this morning on the way in. The roads were covered in snow. The plows hadn't been out yet. In fact, when I drove on up here for about 40 miles, there was a plow directly behind me about a 1/4 mile back. I was going the same speed he was, so behind him would have been plowed, but where I was driving it hadn't been plowed yet. I sure hope we find some rocks on the other side of this point. Let's go see what we can find. We're here at the point. There's a whole flock of seagulls. If Remington were here, he would take off running after them and chase them. Let's go try that. There they go. Man, this is the point, the very tip of Whitefish Point. I don't even see a lot of rocks over here. Wow. Oh, icy. Icy, icy. That's the second time I almost fell today. I don't see much rocks. There's a few rocks over here, but now the south winds are causing waves on this side. This is making for a challenging agate hunt, that's for sure. There's a few rocks in the water right here, but in the past we have found this area gets hunted quite oftentimes, especially this time of year. This time of the year, November, when there's big north winds on the north-facing side of the beach, people will come over here to the south-facing side and hunt agates when there's not as much wind. But they are pretty, and I can see them fairly decent, so that's good. I don't know how far they go. It'd be nice if we could find some sort of nice rock today, whether it be a agate or maybe an unusual fossil. It's definitely a winter wonderland, that's for sure. Oh, we have some decent stones right here. I'm hoping that this won't be my last trip to the beach. I'm hoping that this snow will maybe melt in the next few days, and temperatures warm up and I can make another video. But oftentimes up here in northern Michigan, up in the UP, our snow sets in for good in November, and by December there are very few and far between trips to the beach. The latest I've ever hunted on Lake Superior was January the 4th. We had a series of warm weather patterns that came in. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's some of that burial. We had some snow that came in that year and then melted, and then just not much snow, so my buddy and I went hunting January the 4th. But it was cold enough that there were big balls of ice rolling into the shore, making big balls of ice in the surf. It was really neat. I've never seen that before. So it is possible to get on Lake Superior in December, but not usually very likely. But it'd be nice if my last trip to the beach we could find at least one good agate. So I'm going to be hopeful. Just found a kind of unusual piece of magnetite. Usually it's mostly black with a little bit of red, and this one's a little bit of, or mostly red with a little bit of black patches. That's kind of cool. I'm able to get into this water a little bit, but it's pretty choppy. But at least there's stones to look at. Just found this. It might be what some people call Mary Ellen Jasper, but it definitely has some agate in it. It's hard to see, but there is a little patch of banding, some lace. So at least it's some jasper, at least it's some agate. Kind of pretty. Kind of chilly out here without the glove on the other hand. Got some nice stones here. I haven't been out here but maybe 2 hours tops. Definitely over an hour on the other side, and now on this side I've only been here maybe a half an hour. But I'm not finding a lot in the way of agates, and that's fine. You can't find them every time. I'm glad I was able to get out here, even if this is my last time for the year. The cold that I've been battling is hitting me pretty hard right now. I'm having a difficult time mustering the energy to walk down the beach and look for the agates. I'm kind of out of breath, but still very excited to be here making this video. There's quite a few rocks in the deeper water, but haven't seen much. Thanks for coming along with me on this unusual late fall, early winter agate hunt. I won't be finding much on the way back because all the rocks are covered in snow. I think I'll walk a little bit further down the beach and then turn around. As I'm walking down this trail, making a set of footprints, I just got to thinking, how many more people before the den of winter sets in are going to walk on this little path to go agate hunting or bird watching? Or is it going to be pretty much done until next spring? I don't know. I'm definitely the only one out here today. We are forecasted to get some more snow, but it always could melt again like it has. But it sure is pretty out here. I love this little trail and the trees and the snow, all the little acorns. I bet you if I tried hard enough, I could find some wintergreen berries. Oh, there's the buildings. Down here in the snow, I see some rabbit tracks. So maybe I'm the only person out here, but there's little animals scurrying about, enjoying this little bit of snow. It's really quiet right here in the woods right here. There's not a whisper of wind like there was on the beach. But there sure were some big breakers coming in that I was not expecting. There's another rabbit track down here. Well, we made it back to the buildings. Made it back to Whitefish Point. As you can see, there's only one vehicle in the parking lot. We are the only ones out here. I can't imagine there'll be too many more agate hunters that come out to Whitefish this year, but you never know. We could get a warm-up. I'm hoping and praying that I will still be able to make it to Vermilion one more time this late fall or early winter. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I would like to get out there. I hope that I get a vehicle soon. This is the longest I've been without a vehicle in a long, long time, but that's okay. I'm certainly praying about it. Thank you guys for watching Upper Peninsula Beautiful this morning. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, seek and ye shall find.